pretty cool thing to be a pilot regardless, even if you didn't have a background or a love for aviation before.
And I was like, Sling, let me check that out. These planes are badasses.
Here, I felt like I made long-lasting friendships.
I'm actually doing this, and I'm actually like flying.
My mom always said, you're not gonna be a pilot.
So it's never too late.
Follow your dreams. Let your children do what they want to do.
You are capable.
Y'all can do it. That's it.
Hey Slingers, this week we sit down with some of our kababayan to celebrate Filipino American History Month. Stay tuned to see how they got into aviation and what advice they might have for you.
Hey guys, nice to see you guys again. It's Clyde Isidro. You guys might have seen me from another video, working on my commercial license now.
Hey guys, my name is Jay Stoner and I'm working on my instrument. My next favorite F word is flying. There we go.
Hi guys, my name is Micaela. People here call me Michaela. I am working on my private pilot.
Hi, welcome. My name is Glenn Angeles and I'm working on my private pilot. You may have seen me in other videos, some Filipino specials, Top's Gun 1 and Top's Gun 2. Filipinos love to put a plural on the first word.
So what drew me into aviation was, I think just ever since I was a little kid, I've always played with Legos. Legos were my biggest thing growing up, and for some odd reason I always made either planes, spaceship, any type of aircraft. It's a pretty cool thing to be a pilot regardless. I think even if you didn't have a background or a love for aviation before, it's something you can definitely get a bug for.
Okay, well, I think it kind of runs in the family because both my grandma and grandpa on my dad's side, they're both pilots back in the Philippines. And then my dad was a flight nurse and he was in the Air Force. So that's what got me into it.
To be honest with you, I didn't know that women can be pilots, and I was already like in college at that time. I saw a poster, they could be, and I was like, maybe that's what I should do. Of course, being a Filipina, I started being a flight attendant first. I was a flight attendant for 5 years, and I got to hang out with the pilots, be in the cockpit all the time, and I'm like, this is what I really want to do. So yeah, now I'm here.
So as a little kid, I grew up knowing that my grandfather's brother was a pilot for the Philippine Air Force. And then subsequently he became a pilot for Philippine Airlines, one of the early pilots for that airlines there. And then, not only that, but what solidified my desire to become a pilot is in 1977, and I'm giving away my age. I was in line, we watched Star Wars when it came out, and I saw Luke Skywalker in that X-Wing, and that's it. I wanted to be a pilot after that, and that's when it all started.
So I believe I said this in another video, so if you haven't seen that, definitely check it out. However, for those of you who don't know, I came in actually looking for the Sling TSI. I was looking for planes in general, and the TSI actually stuck out the most. It's definitely a unicorn in its class, and so that's why I had to check it out for myself in person. Looking at that, I sort of fell in love with the aircraft even more when I saw it in person, and ended up finding out that there was an academy that uses all slings. And so I was like, well, I don't have my pilot's license just yet. No better place to learn than in a place that uses the aircraft that I want to buy. Ended up going to Florida first to get my private, just things came and arose before that. After that though, I had a bit of time coming back here, so I was like 6 months to get from instrument all the way down to my multi-engine instructor license. I've got 6 months right now, so might as well try, and came back here and was able to essentially start the program and now getting the rest of my licenses.
Instagram, but I always just skip it. I was like, okay, this is whatever. But then one of my friends, he goes to Sling too, his name is Ken. He's the one that kind of pushed me to go here. Like he went to do the tour, and I was like, do the tour, and then when I do it, I think it was with you, and then I saw Clyde there too, but I don't think he remembers. And then I saw everything that was going around here, so I'm like, okay, maybe this is pretty cool to get my instrument and all the other stuff. So yeah.
How I found out about Sling, I was flying for the airline, and one of the girls here was also a flight attendant at my airline, and she told me all about Sling and how amazing it was. And I figured out like, oh, why not go there, because it's in LA and I have family here, so yeah.
Oh, I found out about Sling last year. After 30 years of working in healthcare at UCLA, I decided to retire early. February of last year. After retirement, did two things. Hung out with my daughter and martial arts. Just at home, being lazy, turned on the TV. For some reason, we were talking about flying. And you know how those things when your phone pops up, like, oh, we were just talking about that. Our phone's listening to us. So I went on YouTube and here comes this Asian YouTuber, Sam Chui. I was like, hey, this guy's talking about aviation and all this stuff, and he's Asian, let me watch him. So I saw that video with him in Sling, and I was like, Sling, let me check that out. My family bought me a discovery flight here and loved it. So that's how I heard about Sling, through Sam Chui. Shout out to you, Sam. Thank you.
So when looking at Sling versus all the other flight schools, not only have I been to another flight school and got my private there, but I've also looked at a plethora of flight schools, mostly in Florida, but definitely throughout the US as well. The 5 big things for me to see at a flight school is them having a good community, which Sling I think excels at the most. Better with pricing, so just a lower price than most schools that you'll see with their amount of help. Safety, their safety is definitely bar none. Most schools essentially have 50-year-old trainers where Sling, I think our oldest one is about 3 years old, if not 4, which is a big difference. And not only that, but they also replace the entire engine for their TBOs, and that's unheard of for most flight schools. How much they help you and how good their program is. And I'd say Sling is a pretty good program that helps you a lot, especially with, call her the Sling's mom, Jamie. She helps out a lot in terms of pretty much where you're at in the academy, really pushes you just like a mom would, and their mentor program is huge as well. That mentor program got me through instrument as fast as could be. I believe I finished all my requirements as well as the knowledge in flying in about 2 months. But yeah, pretty much touching up on all those as well as just availability of planes and instructors. Those two are big for flight schools. You could be the best flight school ever, but if you don't have enough planes to accommodate your clientele nor the instructors, you can't fly without either or. So definitely looking into those 5 pillars. I mean, Sling touched up on all of those and then some. The community, again, is the hardest thing to find.
So what sold me on Sling is like the price. Nothing really beats the price. I went to a lot of schools in the world, actually. I went to Prague, I went to Greece, I went to South Africa. I really liked Sling, and at the same time, the location was perfect because I have family here. My brother lives here in Torrance. So being close to family is very important to me, and I literally moved here from the Philippines like 3 months ago just for Sling, so yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of things that sold me on Sling, but just to echo my classmates, the mentor, having gone through the program, the mentor program is awesome. As an older student like myself, I really needed that mentorship because it's hard studying as an older student and stuff. And the daily classes I love because it kept me motivated to study all the time. Price is great, you know. Also, and everybody's been so supportive and helpful. A lot of the CFIs are approachable and classmates as well. Clyde, you know, he's always approachable, always offering help. I love that. So that sense of community. But you know what? Ultimately, these planes are badasses, right? Having flown them already, they're so easy to fly. Not that my flying is easy, but you know, not having to make sure this, make sure that, you know, and the glass cockpits, the transition, hopefully to an airline will be much more easier with the more updated and modern planes. So ultimately, that was what sold me, the cool looking and operating planes.
Apart from aviation, my favorite thing at Sling, or rather memory at Sling so far, is just being able to make friends at Sling. Going outside of the Sling Pilot Academy and actually hanging out with them. It's not just a school where most flight schools, I mean, my flight school back then, love everyone was really amazing, but as soon as you went to school, you did your flights, you did your ground, you left, not really much community nor fun afterwards. I felt like I made long-lasting friendships. Those friendships went outside of school and really just was a really fun time throughout school and my journey here. It's not just something where you come in, do your stuff, get out, do your own thing.
So what sold me on Sling is that I feel like this place is like a family. They take care of each other, we help each other with studying and everything, and not only that, there are events, they host events, and it's just fun.
I wake up and I thank God that I wake up, and the best part of Sling is flying. I get to fly every day and be up there in these planes. And a close second is these guys, the friends and stuff like that. But for those who don't fly, you don't know the feeling till you do it, man. Because it's awesome being up there. And we're so lucky that we get to do this.
If there's one thing, kind of like the same with what Glenn said, is the feeling that it gives me whenever I fly. The planes, no matter how stressful it could get sometimes. And yeah, that's my favorite part.
So my most memorable flight has to be my flight from Torrance, KTOA, to KSBP, San Luis Obispo. Probably one of my favorite airports out there so far that I've been to. I'd say that, because I've been to Vegas and all that, but San Luis Obispo is like an amazing airport. It's just beautiful by itself. You get to see the huge aircraft they have in the showroom. Not only that, I love snacks. They have great snacks, ice cream, free ice cream, are you kidding me? And on top of all that, you have a free airport car to go to the city, the little college town right next door, and get to eat amazing food over there. I had the tri-tip sandwiches over there, and bar none, the best tri-tip sandwiches I've had.
Most of my cross-country flight, whenever we go to San Luis Obispo, San Bernardino, they have like really good ice cream, and they have like a theater there. And yeah, shout out to my instructor Rodney. I really had fun with him too.
I would say that would be my first night flight. It was beautiful. I saw the sun was setting on the other side, and then it was just dark here, and I'm like, that's crazy. And the lights started to go on everywhere, the street lights, the buildings. It was just beautiful, and I'm like, I'm actually doing this, and I'm actually like flying, and everything is beautiful. So that was my most memorable flight.
Actually, I have two. So the first one was when my CFI said, that was a good landing. And I was like, we landed? And I was like, whoa. So that was when because I've had trouble landing. And shout out to Jason, who's the guru of landings. He was able to teach me how to land well. The second one was this. I got stuck in Long Beach Airport, and I tried out the FBO there, and their Philly cheesesteaks were pretty good. So I hung out, and they had the air show the next day, so I checked out some of the old planes over there, and I'm like, man, this is what flying is all about. I flew over here, I ate at their airport, checked out some old planes, and this is so awesome. I was so stoked that day. So those two so far.
I'd say my advice for those people out there that may be Filipino or just other people of color or people that don't typically look at aviation as something that's even plausible. I'd say it's very possible, especially one, if it's finances, there's always a way to get money. There's not always a way to find time in your life. So definitely do it sooner than later. Of course, I have a classmate who was around 65 years old, so it's never too late either. But definitely, if you have a passion for aviation, even just a smidget, come take a demo flight, try it out, because I mean, it just takes one flight to figure out if you love aviation or not. And if it takes just one flight, why not try it now?
It is tough, yes. Just keep pushing. There will be days where you feel like you can't do it, like you're not capable, but you are capable. Just always remember that.
Same what they said, honestly, it's take a discovery flight. I am afraid of heights. Funny thing, I'm afraid of heights. And when I went for my discovery flight, I screamed for a bit, but I was like, man, this is worth it. It was okay. I came over my fears, and it was great. And also, to my Filipinas out there, might be nice, just be a pilot, man. Y'all can do it. That's it.
For the Filipino community or our culture, our parents always want us to do what they want us to do. The majority of our kababayans want us to be nurses, doctors, and lawyers. To those people, the parents, let your kids do what they want to do. Follow their dreams. Because I wish I would have done this a long time ago, but my mom always said, nope, you're going to be a doctor. You're not going to be a pilot. Your grandfather's brother was a pilot. I don't think so. You're gonna be a doctor. So I fulfilled her dreams. And it was a good life, you know, and worked in healthcare for 30 years, but this is ultimately that I wanted to do. So follow your dreams. Let your children do what they want to do. Be happy, because you don't want to regret not doing something. For my kababayans, fellow Filipinos, this is a great passion or job opportunity for you to become a pilot. So do it now while there's still a need.
So don't forget to like, subscribe and leave a comment. It really helps us with our channel. We really appreciate it.
Yeah. Very good.